What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on Draftkings for Friday, February 19th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite options on Draftkings for tonight's slate. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Pascal Siakam, DeLon Wright, Chris Middleton, Kemba Walker, and DeAndre Bembry. Yeah, he played a ton of minutes yesterday, and he's only 3,100 at small forward. We got to keep an eye on it. But he's on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays of the day on DK? It's time to find out. Number 5 is my number 1 contender on FanDuel. Spoiler alert. Point guard, small forward eligibility. You know how much I love guard forward eligibility. Michael CarterWilliams, 5,100, projected for 29.5. The goal is 39.5. Optimal lineup 19% of the time. He's the starting point guard for the Magic right now. We're talking 30 minutes, just shy of a fantasy point per minute, 22% usage, 13 points, basically 5 boards, 5 assists. All that looks fine. I'm paying $5K for a starting point guard that scores a fantasy point per minute. That's really nice value. The big piece here, though, huge pace up spot. Golden State, one of the fastest teams in the league. The Magic will gain 3 possessions over their averages just by playing in this game. So we're talking about an extra 1.5 just to MCW for this matchup. And the big factor, if Draymond Green ends up being ruled out, this is going to be a really bad defensive Golden State team. They're going to be playing someone like Eric Paschall at the 5. Not good. Can't cut it. Orlando could have a really nice offensive day here, even though they are a bit short-handed. So for Michael Carter-Williams to be able to put him at point guard, small forward, guard forward utility, that flexibility, that price tag, that playing time, can't get away from it. One of my favorite plays on the day. Which allows you to go to Giannis Antetokounmpo, power forward, center eligibility, 10,800, projected for 61. The goal is 60. 19% of the time he's in the optimal lineup, 54% of the time he's going for 60 fantasy points. Every single thing that I could want here, he's checking off the box. The pace up spot against Oklahoma City. You're not worried about the defense. He's playing major minutes like normal starters, 36 minutes a game. He's the best fantasy point per minute guy in the league, and it's not close. 1.69 for this game because of the matchup, but normally 1.62. Just short of 32 points. Just short of 12 rebounds. 7 assists, 2.5 stocks. I don't know what else he could possibly do. This is as good as it gets. He's as good of a bet to go for 60 plus fantasy points as anybody in the league. 54% of the time he does it. More than 50% of the time, Giannis Antetokounmpo scores 60 or more fantasy points. That means 70's on the table, 80's on the table. He could smash up the Oklahoma City Thunder. If it happens, it's probably coming on the back of some steals and blocks, but 35, 13, and 9 is a normal line for Giannis. What he does with steals and blocks is where you really transcend the slate, but it doesn't really matter. Well worth the price tag. Pay up for him. No-brainer today. Giannis Antetokounmpo. This one really hurts me on the inside. I hate recommending anything from Cleveland, but Darius Garland, point guard eligibility, 5,400, projected for 32, goal 41, optimal lineup 22%. 35 minutes. 0.9 fantasy point per minute guy, bigger usage, 24%. We're talking 18 points and 6 assists. Not much else, a couple rebounds, maybe a steal or 2. Pace down spot against Denver, which doesn't look good. Garland's role is increasing. That usage looks good. He's been a little bit better as of late offensively, and I don't think the price is rebounding. I would actually like him a little bit more if he could play in point guard and shooting guard, but he doesn't. I really like this mid-tier value today. That's why you see Garland, MCW, DeLon Wright sort of, but he's a little bit more expensive. Even DeAndre Bembry as the paydown option. I see a lot of value here that exists, which should open up some things at the top end. I just don't have a problem with 5,400 for Garland. I certainly don't have a problem with Denver's defense. Jokic, problematic as a defender. It's certainly not going to be Jamal Murray as a problem. Who knows if Will Barton ends up out. These guys are thin. Michael Porter Jr., a really terrible defender. So from a matchup standpoint, other than the pace down spot, I don't mind Cleveland going against Denver. So Darius Garland, number 3. I'm probably a little bit in the minority here too, but I'm cool with it. Number 2, we're going Fred VanVleet. Point guard, shooting guard eligibility, 7,800, projected for 45, goals 49, optimal lineup 24% of the time. We have no Kyle Lowry today. He's out. So big minutes, 37 at a minimum for VanVleet. 1.2 fantasy point per minute guy when Lowry is not on the floor. 22 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. Nope, flip that. 22 points, 8 assists, 5 boards, but whatever. Yeah, same points, basically. A steal and a half, or a block. No, stocks. 2.3 stocks. Guys, it's been a long week. It's Friday. Getting up for the process show every morning is tough, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The brain is not firing the way that I would want it to. That's why I rely on a spreadsheet and data instead of my stupid noodle, because the spreadsheet, it's not wrong. I don't have to worry about the spreadsheet not getting enough sleep the night before. I just have to worry about the things that I have to dictate. So we're going to get back into Fred VanVleet now. 2.3 stocks is what I was trying to say. A Minnesota defense that is terrible. A really nice pace up spot as well for Toronto. What's not to like here? Fred VanVleet was just significantly more expensive recently with Kyle Lowry in. Let's just say he's not going to be missing this time, or at least I don't think so. But let's just say Kyle Lowry misses the next 2 weeks. Fred VanVleet's going to be like 8,800 on DraftKings. Get there now. You have no choice. This is a fantastic matchup across the board. Pace, defense, usage, everything. You have to play Fred VanVleet today. Now, before we get to my number one last reminder, like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, Twitter follow, @Josh Engleman. I'm a great follow. I post GPP updates every night and probably very little else unless I've had a few cocktails. That's all you're going to get out of me. I'm not going to cloud your stream. A couple retweets here and there will be good stuff for you. And the no-brainer of all no-brainers, Willy Hernangomez at the number one spot, not close. 41% of the time in the optimal. He's 3,900. The starting center, at least I think, the starting center for the Pelicans tonight with Steven Adams out. Just center eligibility, though, projected for 29, goals 36, optimal lineup 41% of the time. I'm giving him 29 minutes. I'm even bringing his rates down. This is a massive pace down spot for the Pels. They lose 2.5 possessions against Phoenix. None of that matters for Hernangomez. This is a value play through and through. 1 fantasy point per minute at 29 minutes, 3,900. That value is unparalleled today, and that's why you see him be 17% higher than Fred VanVleet. 12 points, 9 boards, very little else, but if you get anything else, that's gravy. As long as he can stay out there and get those minutes, no-brainer value play. He's the first guy you're playing on DraftKings in a cash game, and he should be a large part of your GPP makeup. This sort of value doesn't come around all that often. If we get more value today, it'll make the relative value of Hernangomez go down, but either way, he's a top 3 play no matter what happens on this slate, unless for some reason he's just not playing. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, February 19th. That's it for me. You can watch the strategy show. I'm on that with Greg Ehrenberg, but no live before lock. And then I'm done until Sunday morning strategy show, but we'll be back again Monday morning. Process show at 6:30, contenders again. Good luck tonight, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you again Monday morning.